Hello and welcome to what's more Diablo 3 Reaper of the Soul gameplay, and today we are going to watch a little bit the adventure mode. That is the new thing with that game with the expansion and which you unlock after you play through the campaign and finish the Act 5. And with this video I'm going to show a little bit the gameplay with Act 1 and talk about a little bit what is the adventure mode. And we're going to pick master difficulty level because I'm still looking for gear to survive in torment, so don't want to fail too badly in this video. So let's hop in. So here you can see the act map, where those are quite clearly marked 5 bounties that this act has, and each act has 5 bounties, and after you finish all 5 you go back to the main town. In Act 1 this is the new Tristram, and Trial will give you bonus reward for finishing all the bounties. But that one we are going to look more at the end of the video, and I'm going to show you what does the box keep inside. But the bounties in acts are containing different kind of missions. Most of them are just killing the bosses that are in the act normally, or some special guys, and some missions are just events that you can find in the world, and finishing that event, success or failure, you will get the bounty done. And some missions are just you go to the cave and clear everything that is in there. And I think that's about it. Mainly just killing bosses, special guys, clearing caves, and sometimes it's some kind of events. So let's go see them. This is going to be the bounty for killing Skeleton King. Sometimes with these bounties, if it's some special guy that you need to kill, there is also number of normal enemies that you need to kill. Normally it's around 50, 75 or 100 enemies. I think it depends a little bit how large the map is, or the quest area, that how much you can find enemies there. But that normally it's easy to get the kills, because this comes when you're trying to find the main target. And earlier in the map you did see that some of the acts had little chest over the act number. We did tell you that with those acts you can get a little bit bonus with the blow charge. I think it was a double blow charge in that act for finishing the bounties, and it's a final chest and stuff like that. But if I would talk about a bit that what I think about this bounty system and adventure mode overall, I would say that I find it quite enjoyable. The story mode is nice, and it's fun to play through once, but I'd say that the story really isn't that interesting that I would want to keep going through and through with the another characters. So that is also the reason why when I was playing with PC I like to use the adventure mode to level up my other characters, and that is also the thing that I'm going to do with the PS4 version. After I've collected a little bit more bargain levels, that I get a little bit boost with the next characters, but we'll talk about the bargain system in another video. But I think I would say that main thing why I like the adventure mode is, well, leveling or as a end game is that you can just go freely, run around, looking enemies, the champions or the rares that gives a little bit better loot, and just trying to collect your loot in that way. Or at least I find it's a little bit more interesting, and when you get the adventure mode you have all the difficulty levels open, so you can just choose the difficulty that suits your needs better, and especially with the new characters, if you really want to get good XP boost and you don't feel that the combat is too grindy or hard, then just take your level 1 character and put maybe a master difficulty, and you can get levels really quickly, and you don't have to worry about that. But in others, I think it gives us something to do after the gameplay, after you finish the story mission. And I know that quite many, and also I was a little bit expecting that the real PvP would come at some point, but still haven't come, and well, I'm sure there are people that are disappointed in that. But well, we'll have to deal with what we have. And well, maybe we'll someday get the PvP and get something else to do in the so-called end game. But we'll see. But other things that I think I could say about the adventure mode, the bounties are, again, the 5 bounties in one act for one run. If you want to do, example, you like really much the act 3, you go there, you do those 5 bounties, and but you think that, oh, but I still want to play more in act 3 or do more bounties in act 3, then you can do that, but you just need to quit that adventure run, start a new one, and then you can go back to the act 3. And adventure mode, there are other things that you can do. There is the Nephilim Rift, that you get key fragments for doing the bounties, and with 5 key fragments you can open the portal where you fight enemies and try to lure out the final poster that gives you quite nicely loot. And well, I'm thinking that might be a wither in other time. But here we are in the Skeleton King fight, and I have to say that even with the higher difficulty than the last time I showed you this fight, I still feel that the boss fight with this and maybe a little bit all the bosses is like a, well, I would use the MMO term, the tank and spank kind of bosses that, yeah, you can dodge and try to avoid the attacks, but still sometimes if you have really good health regain through the health per hit or quite high health per second, then it doesn't really matter if the boss hits you quite hard, at least in Masters, but I'm sorry that when you go higher and higher in Torment levels, then it comes a little bit more issue that you have to try to avoid the straight attacks against your characters. But still, isn't really that challenging, but well, it's just master level, so I'm sure it gets, or I know it gets harder when you go to tournaments, and quite waiting for that. And here we have the scene where you can see the last treasure that Tyrael gives you after I've finished the 5 bounties. And mostly it's just crafting materials and gems and sometimes flowcharts and key fragments, stuff like that. So it's nothing special. So a few gear pieces also, but and if you're lucky, you get something good. But if I would make some kind of conclusion about the adventure mode, I would say that I like it. It gives you something to do after you have finished the story mode. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you next time. See you.